Hi there, hello, and welcome to Base Camp. I'm Pastor Pat, and truth be told, sometimes people have accused me of being a bit of a Grinch. That's because I don't like to celebrate Christmas before Thanksgiving. And if you want to know why, you can check out some of our Thanksgiving videos. But actually, I love Christmas. The cookies, the decorations, the treats, the music, the desserts, the candlelight services, the special family dinners, the sparkle and wonder in my kids' eyes, the food, the whole thing. Did I mention the food? And of course, the wonderful story of God's love being poured out on us, taking the form of a little baby boy, Jesus, in the manger. Talk about a Christmas present. It's easy for us to see the beauty of it all while reading it snuggled up next to the fireplace and the twinkling of the Christmas lights. But for those who lived it, it was definitely a different experience. Somehow, I don't think Joseph's first Christmas experience was quite the same as ours. Christmas. Yeah. Of course, we didn't call it Christmas then. We didn't call it anything. I guess if we would have thought about it, we would have realized that someday it would be a big deal. But at the time, I was just interested in somehow getting through it. And no, I wasn't a fan. I'm a carpenter, like my dad and his dad, and who knows how many dads before. Working with wood it's pretty amazing. It doesn't look like much when you get it. It's rough, weathered, but a true craftsman, you can look at it, see the grain, the flow of the wood, the beauty inside of it, bring out something incredible that was always there, hidden beneath the layers of bark and splinters. He carves it, sands it, smooths it, brings it out. And when he's done, well, you'd never guess where it came from, what it looked like in the beginning. All you see is the work of art in the end. I remember when the arrangement for Mary and me to get married was formalized. It was a pretty big deal. Our parents were excited, I was excited, and I thought she was excited. If I had even the tiniest hint that she didn't want this, I would put a stop to the whole thing. I wanted a wife who wanted to be married to me, not someone who was just going along. Her happiness was important, and she seemed happy. But then, partway through what I guess you would call our engagement, she came to me. I could tell something was wrong. I mean, she could hardly look me in the eye. It seemed like she started and stopped about a dozen times before she finally spit out what she had come to say. She was pregnant. I think I just stared at her. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. A million questions went through my head. Is this real? Who could possibly be the father? I thought she wanted to be with me. Why did she do this? How could this possibly be coming from Mary? I mean, she was probably the most devoted to God person that I'd ever known. Had it all been a lie? I mean, I wanted to be angry, but I think I was just too shocked. Then she started to tell me something about an angel coming to her and that this was all from God. What? Now I did get angry. I mean, I could understand her being in love with somebody else and even her having a baby, but just own it, you know? I mean, she'd known me a long time. I would be hurt, but I'd do the right thing. Spare as much as possible and then just get out of the way. But if she fed me this story, that was too much. I told her to get out. She tried to keep talking, but there was no way I was having any of that. So she left. And I mean, really left. She took off to her cousin's house down in Judea, just up and left for 3 months. And that was fine with me. I was shocked, and I was hurt, and I was mad. But I still loved her. So I was trying to figure out how to end our marriage contract with the least amount of shame on her and her family as possible. With her gone, it gave me time to think and to pray. God, we had such a great plan. We were getting married, we're gonna have a family, I provide by being a carpenter. It was nothing fancy, but it was gonna be a wonderful, quiet life. And now, this. The night before I was going to go to the officials and formally end it, I was up late praying. I still wasn't sure if I was doing it the right way, and I actually fell asleep talking to God. And then I had the most vivid dream I have ever had. I mean, it was a dream, but it was real as if I was awake and talking to you. An angel came to me and called me by name. He told me that Mary had been telling me the truth, that it really was the Holy Spirit who had made her pregnant, and that I should still marry her. He said, "She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins." When I woke up, I knew what I had to do. I mean, I was still confused and shocked, and I don't know what. But I was gonna marry Mary. I knew there would be a lot of talking going on, but we'd deal with that. As soon as she got back from her cousins, I told her the news. She was so happy and relieved and just positively glowed. I apologize for not believing her, but honestly, can you blame me? I mean, she sure didn't. We moved the wedding date up and had the marriage right away. If we were gonna raise God's son, we were gonna do it together from start to finish. Plus, I hope that when people talked about her being pregnant, maybe they'd point the fingers more at me than at her. I mean, I knew no one would believe us if we told them the truth. So we were off to a bit of a rough start, but now it looked like things were starting to come together. Maybe I could catch a glimpse of what was coming. No. Little did I realize that all we had done was start to peel off some of the bark. Wow. Can you imagine? I'm sure none of it really made much sense to Joseph, but I sure am glad that he went along and chose to trust God. It didn't look like much there in the beginning, pretty rough, but something beautiful was coming. Of course, this was just a start. There was a lot more on the way. The master carpenter had just started to put his blade to the wood. Maybe you feel that way sometimes, maybe even right now, a little overwhelmed, a little confused, things not making a lot of sense. Trust that the master carpenter has got you in his hands, that he has a plan for this, that his love is carving something beautiful. It might get harder before it gets better, but eventually, maybe you'll look back and see the Christmas story in your life. I'm Pastor Pat, and I want to thank you for joining us for Base Camp today, a ministry of Summit Church in beautiful Bozeman, Montana. As you go through this Christmas season, if you find yourself in Bozeman, we'd love to have you stop in and celebrate it with us. We have services every Sunday at 9:15 and 11 o'clock. Or be sure to keep joining us here online. Our YouTube channel and Facebook page are both Summit Church MT, and the Kids Ministry Facebook page is Base Camp Kids Min. You can find those and more at all three places. Plus, check out our website, summitchurchmt.com. While on those pages, be sure to like, subscribe, follow, comment, share, all those good things. You can even do it right now. And be sure to keep checking back in for our next video as we continue to follow along with Joseph this Christmas season. Thanks for joining us. Bye!